Hello everyone, this is Bertina Amy here and welcome to my channel. In today's video we're doing a mixed media painting of an Easter gnome. The first thing I'm doing is I'm taking this 8x10 crafter square canvas board out of its wrapping, and I'm going to take some carbon paper, shiny side down, and I'm taking this template that I made and I'm laying that over top so that I can trace it onto the canvas board. If you'd like to do this with me or would like a copy of this template, feel free to check out my Etsy shop, which will be linked in the description box below. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the process a little bit. Once you're done tracing, go ahead and take a sneak peek by lifting up a little section of your tracing and the paper and everything to see how it looks on the canvas board. And if you're satisfied, go ahead and remove the whole thing. Then you're going to take your Sharpie and go over all those lines. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the process a little bit. So it turns out I actually took my papers off all too soon because I had missed the inner part of the ear of the left side of this gnome, so I just decided to go ahead and eyeball it. If you end up in a similar scenario, you can choose to also eyeball it, or you could take your original template and cut out that inner ear and place it over top where it belongs and then trace that way. I think trying to put all the papers back on top to get it to match up perfectly is going to be much harder, so that's my tip for you. So for this painting mixed media project, I decided just to go with watercolor because I like the fact that it tends to show like different lightness and darkness automatically, or sharpness, depending on how you want to word it or look at it. Like some parts are just lighter because it's watercolor and some parts look a little stronger. So I really like that. It really appeals to me for this type of project. So since this is an Easter gnome, I decided to go with a shade of pink, and it just so happened that I had a larger pack of watercolors, and I'll try to link the exact one I used in the description box below. So anyways, I pulled out the pink color, or semi-pink. It wasn't totally pink. It was kind of almost a lighter red, which to me looks like it's pink. So I decided to go with that, and I didn't have space in the current palette that I was using, so I just put it in a small little pixie cup and just added some water into that, and then just decided to cover the entire gnome that way because I figured I was going to go ahead and give extra details over top that anyways. And I just dove right into this one because I normally like to do the background, as I've said in previous projects, but in this particular case I wanted to start on the gnome. So, and there's no right or wrong way. You can start with whatever feels right to you. If you happen to have pink acrylic paint, you can use that as well and just water that down if you wanted to make it a watercolor painting project. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the process a little bit. Once you have your basic layers of watercolor paint down, then it's time to decide what other colors you'd like to incorporate. So in my case, I've decided to add purple areas in the sky, and I also wanted to give some purple into the hat as well. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the process a little bit. Once you're done with your second layer of colors, go ahead and let your painting dry for a little bit and then come back to it with alcohol markers is what I'm going to do. So I'm taking this sort of purplish, almost kind of matches the colors of the hat, purplish color, and I'm adding a design onto the pink parts of the hat. And it's kind of just random round type of shapes, and I really like how this turns out. And alcohol markers are really great for adding in additional details that you otherwise would have difficulty with a paintbrush. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the process a little bit. I'm of course going to go ahead and add designs to the egg as well, since it's Easter and it's fun. For this part, make whatever fun designs that you would wish to put on your egg. So have fun with it, get creative, and enjoy the process. And here I just go ahead and add additional lines just to showcase the grass. So for the next layer, I actually don't want to keep the whole gnome as pink as he is, so I decided to take some white acrylic paint and water that down to make it more of a watercolor. And I'm going to do areas to where I want it to be white. So I'm going to give this painting clouds, and I'm going to give his hair white paint and the ears as well. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the process a little bit. So at this point of the painting, I consider it done and I wait for it to dry. And then I want to go back in with a Sharpie to solidify some lines that got kind of faded because of the paint. And I also want to go back in with a marker. I'm going with a cool gray variation, and I'm going to give it some dash marks all around the areas in which it would be fur. I want this character to look very fuzzy for where there's hair or fur. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the process a little bit. And don't forget to go ahead and decide on what color the shoes should be. And in this case, I decided to match some of the other colors I had going on, so I stuck with that sort of reddish purple or fuchsia kind of. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the process a little bit. Once you're all done with all the details and touch-ups, make sure your painting is totally dry before you consider it done. I hope you really enjoyed this video as much as I liked making this painting. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.